Network of awareness makes your brain coherent. One of the fastest growing podcasts. You can hear it 24/7. You got listeners out in London, informationalists in Paris. The echo spreading out, no parrot. Just dissect, digest, and share it. The righteous rhymes hit the spirit. Click 90 times, it won't perish. Cause y'all's the mind ain't no fairy tale like the valley our parents. It's time to rise, don't get wary. United minds, it's apparent. Download every single errand, but most ain't fit to catch it, even if they were Larry. Interviews, the interludes, they enter you, taking you on a journey like no other. It places you in a state of awareness. It's your fault if you hate the truth, cause Yahweh been Yahweh's on his way, my brother. Better change your views. All praise to Yah.
Hello, positive people. You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, giving you in-depth information on society and culture in America and abroad, with messages of inspiration, with keen insights, reputable interviews, and much more. So now, without further ado, your host of the Network of Awareness podcast, ORRA, the informationalist.
Yes, peace and greetings, people. This is ORRA the Informationalist, and you now tuned in to the Network of Awareness. And I know that some of you thought that I was gone and that I threw in the towel because motherfuckers with delusions of grandeur thought that they did something special, but they've been fraudulent this whole time. And we're going to talk about that because delusions of grandeur is a big problem in the world today. And a lot of people suffer from it. And we're going to get into that, amongst other things. And glad to be back. I took a hiatus to get certain things done and also to just take a break. But also to sit back, like I told y'all, for those that have been listening to the last couple of episodes that I did about this freaking so-called man of the Most High, which we all know he's not. But I took a break because exactly what I said was going to happen, happened. And it's like when you know, when you understand how people operate because you've been seeing how they operate for years, and you give them the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, people, I always say, don't follow people, follow platforms. If somebody has a platform that is of great substance, something that you can get that's meaningful, something that can help you, doesn't matter what it is. There's podcasts out there on how to sew. There's podcasts out there on how to deal with the police departments. There's podcasts out there that talk about spirituality, how to become more in tune with your higher self. There's podcasts out there about pets and how to raise them. I mean, there's so many different things that can be presented for educational purposes. And it's, you know, it's very lucrative. The podcasting industry is let me lower down my levels here. The podcasting industry, people, is one that is very lucrative now. $1 billion industry and growing. And I'm glad that I got in when I got in. I wish I would have got in 7 years ago like I wanted to, or now 8 years ago. But I'm glad that I got in the year 2020 of June, when I finally overcame that fear and self-doubt that many of us are always challenged with, no matter how much confidence we may have in ourselves. But sometimes we can have too much confidence to where the confidence is very misleading to ourselves, to our lives. And that's what delusions of grandeur is. Now let's look at the definition of what a delusion of grandeur actually means. Now, just to put it out there too, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, people, I took a break to basically prove a point on how whack Mr. Cortez really is, because he really thinks he's something special. But in reality, the ones that know, people that are actually doing things and are actually researching and reading and putting in work and doing actual things that are meaningful to the Most High, meaningful to the lives of others, and meaningful overall in the sense that it's producing something that is positive, that everybody can enjoy. I can't say the same about this dude. And the reason why I'm doing this show, because I told you I'm moving on from this, and I am. But when I took my break, I did some research of my own. And my wife put me on to some things, because you got to remember something, people. My wife and I, when it comes to this dude's platform, we was following it for a minute before we even knew each other. She was following it way before I was. And if it wasn't, I'll say it again, if it wasn't for Black Child, this dude wouldn't even be a fucking shit stain anywhere. But it is what it is. I'm doing this episode because I got to call the fraud, because a lot of you are being bamboozled. And if you noticed, I'm going to tell you why this dickhead, this piece of shit that y'all swear is a man of the Most High, which he's not. But this piece of shit was literally taking my content and using it on his show for a whole fucking year. And I'm not the only one who knows this. We got receipts, you fat motherfucker, that now recently lost weight. That's another thing. Just because you lost weight, now you feeling yourself. Because a couple of years ago, you couldn't even fucking see your own dick. Now that you can see your dick finally, now you think you something special with your fucking Batman mask on, with your little fucking markings on your face. I don't know what the fuck is that on his face? That looks like a fucking mask. Like he looks like he's going to rob a bank or something. Like a bank robber or something. Fucking discoloration in the face and shit. That shit don't look healthy, homie. But I bring this up, people, because you got to call bullshit is where it is. And I don't know if this dude thought that he was going to shut down my network or have people stop listening to me and all this bullshit. Like, first of all, most of my listeners, 98% or 99.2% of my listeners don't know a fucking thing about you. And if they do, it's because I fucking brought you on my show and interviewed you. And that interview, if you listen to it, this fuckface acted like he had something better to do. So it's like, why the fuck you even came to my show? And there was something that a husband and wife that used to go on this man's platform told me last year. And it resonated with me, but I didn't think too much of it because I felt like that doesn't pertain to me. I know why I'm here. But they said they feel like it's a cult. And they were very on point from looking at it from that spiritual perspective, because It is. He's no different than a fucking Jim Jones or what's his name? David Koresh. Ain't no different. He's a Pastor Dow 2.0, but in digital world, online. He's a Pastor Dow for the online circuit. And then he's got these trollers, these fucking 20-something-year-olds and 30-something-year-olds that don't have a fucking clue about anything, wanting to talk shit. But let's talk some facts, because I have facts. I don't have delusions of grandeur. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. But I know that the way I conduct this podcast and the way I conduct myself and how I treat people is way better than this dude. He can't do interviews like I do. He can't even do a different show 5 days a week like I do. But that's nor here nor there. Fact of the matter is, I wanted to address a couple of these fraudulent pieces of shit that many of you probably know people like this, where it's like they get mad because you don't want to show them any attention. He's got this dude that came out the woodworks all of a sudden because they was in bad terms for a while. All right, this dude by the name of A&H Radio talking about he was going to expose me. Fucking, like, and the thing is, he wanted to do music, but we put him on the back burner because wasn't nothing that he was doing that made me be like, oh, wow, I gotta do a song with this dude. I barely understood what the fuck he was saying. But now he want to talk shit, act like he know me. And you don't know me, bro. You just been following me with your peoples, your house of pupil, whoever. Y'all been following me for a while. Studying my shit. As you should. We should all learn from each other. Then you got another one that just started his podcast, but didn't want to tell nobody that I gave him a fucking Mayano 420p, I think. It's $100 microphone for podcasting. Gave that shit to him because I believed in him. I believe in my brothers and sisters that are trying to do something for themselves. So I gave him the mic. I didn't try to sell it to him or anything. I gave him the mic. But he don't want to mention that. He don't want to mention how I helped him in understanding certain things when it comes to podcasting. You know, he want to talk shit too, because this man, if some of y'all that follow him haven't realized, because I know a lot of you that follow my show, y'all wouldn't fucking listen to this dude for 2 seconds. And I was already veering off, people. I was just veering off because I never really agreed with a lot of shit he said. But it's his belief system. So why am I to question what he believes in? If I know it's bullshit, I know it's bullshit. But I'm addressing it now because he want to talk shit about me. Like he knows me. He wants to talk shit about me and then make it a racial thing, which most of us that have a brain know that there's no such thing as race. But he wants to fucking talk shit about Puerto Ricans. He wants to talk shit about the Spanish culture. That's why every time he said my name, he go, ORRA. Like putting emphasis that I speak Spanish. Like, you can't even speak English correctly. Can somebody let this fucking idiot know that it's tsunami, not Tusami, you fucking dumb fuck? The T is silent. Let me say it again. It's tsunami. The T is silent, you fucking idiot. Fucking 50-something years old and still can't fucking read properly or pronounce words properly. It's residuals. See, if you had residual income, you would know how to say the fucking word, but you don't. People, let me tell you something. When you got 100 billion different addresses and different phone numbers, and you're constantly on the move, you're suspect. It's not like you're a fucking nomad and that's your career and that's how you move and that's your way of life and business. No, no. You're fraudulent. And you've been for quite some time. And a lot of people have been bringing it to my attention throughout the years. But see, I'm the type of person, people, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, which I'm going to start to really evaluate how I go about treating people. Because this was a big eye opener for me. You know, because sometimes I'm too nice. That's my problem. And I'm working on that. Sometimes I just like to build and I like to be positive. But what I have to learn is that some people ain't worth the fucking time. And some of those people that are talking shit about me in that chat room, I told them, like, the brother, I said, yo, you sound just like him. Like, can you use your own fucking words? Why you want to sound like this man? They can't even fucking pronounce words correctly. But he talk about how fucking smart and educated he is in life. It's like, give me a break, man. We got to call bullshit where it's at. And this is a lot of bullshit. And that's why he got mad. I'm going to tell you why he got mad at me. Because I canceled my Roku subscription. And he saw that. Because he don't got a lot of subscribers. So when you get a subscriber that drops off, you know what I'm saying? And I listen, I did it for two reasons. One is because it's fucking whack. That's why I asked him a while back. I said, yo, you gonna do any real movies? Like anything longer than 15 fucking minutes? He was like, nah. Just like that. Nope. Yeah, because you fucking can't. I saw that, man, when I saw that last video he did where it was like a forest and he had some fucking elephant walking through the middle of the screen, I was like, oh, man. And this dude says he got videography skills. Where? How? Please. And what woke me up, I say about 5 or 6 months ago, the people was like, yo, you did this show, and then this motherfucker does this show right after you. It's like he's using your shit, but just putting different words in there because he don't have a vocabulary or vernacular like I do. He never will. He's too stupid, too dumb, and too lazy. That's his biggest problem. He's too lazy. And for all of you people that believe this bullshit about I couldn't get a job for 7 years, I had to go to food pantries. Get the fuck out of here, man. Your wife was working 2 jobs while you was at a fucking food pantry for 7 years? Get the fuck out of here, you lazy fuck. No, you're just lazy. And you like to take other people's shit instead of doing your own fucking research because you're a lazy fuckface with fucking whatever that shit is on your face. I was going to tell you on the fucking pull-up, like, yo, your face is dirty. But then I realized that's your skin. See, you think you're special. You think you are high and mighty on the human race food chain. But in reality, the Most High is going to give you a wake-up call, brother. I'm going to give you a big one. Because the way you shitting on those scriptures, whew, and you trying to demonize and belittle people by using the word of the Most High, are you fucking crazy? You've been doing it, though. You keep doing it. You did it with me. You did it with my wife. You did it with other people. You know what I'm saying? And ever since Homegirl, let's just call it what it is, ever since she left your platform, your shit's been weak as far as like comments and all of that. But then all of a sudden you drag my name in the mud, or tried to at least. You really didn't do shit. And then you know what I'm saying? You talk about me for fucking 7 or 8 days. Or really 6 days because you took a break for whatever fucking reason. And this is delusions of grandeur, people, because if you're looking at yourself, it's good to look at yourself in a positive way. But it's bad to look at yourself like you're something more than what you really are. Because you're not. And there's something that I had to hear last week. And I heard it from the brother what was his name? Hassan from Bronx River Projects. He said, I don't call myself a king, or I don't call people kings and queens, because for the most part, throughout history, most kings and queens were trifling motherfuckers, evil. And that's a fact. And it's just like, when you need to hear something. And then I heard another brother say that the only real true king is the King of Kings, which is the Most High's son. And I was like, interesting, because it woke me up. It woke me up to be like, wait a second, kings and queens. I need to stop saying that shit, because that's not who I am. I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience and trying to get these basic instructions down packed before I leave this fucking earth. Plain and simple. And it's not easy, but it's possible. But you see, on my platform, I don't read scriptures. And then that's another thing. Before I forget, the other clown that he threw into the mix, that joined the fucking bandwagon. Y'all know who he is, the one that be crying on fucking Instagram, talking about, I went to the kingdom and I saw Italians and I saw Arabs with Arabs and I saw Muslims with Muslims. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. You sound like a fucking idiot. And if y'all believe that bullshit, go right on ahead, man. I know when a motherfucker's lying. And you see, I used to like the dude. I used to like his content. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was like some good shit there. But once this man didn't show his face for like 3 years on Instagram. Then all of a sudden, this joker shows his face after a long wait. Like, oh, I'm going to show my face. And then you show your face. And then all of a sudden, the very next day, this 40-something-year-old man does the same thing and shows his face because the Most High told him it was time. The fuck out of here. See, I got to call bullshit when I see it. And the only reason I didn't call it before is because there was no need to. But now you want to throw shots at me. I'm going to throw shots back at you, but my shots are going to make sense. They're not going to be based on lies like your fucking stupid ass. And that's the sad part. This fucking dude literally told people in that chat room, oh, if y'all fucking with him, you know, y'all stupid. Most of y'all are stupid in here. Y'all dumb. Don't fucking come here. And it's like, you sound like a little whiny bitch. If my platform is so whack, why the fuck are you so worried about it? Maybe it's because people started listening to my show and started realizing how much of a fucking fraud you are. Because my show exposed a lot of shit that you claim to be true, and we proved it to not be true. I'll give you a simple one, because you're a simple-minded motherfucker. You're a simple Simon motherfucker. So I'm going to give you a simple one. The simple one was when I brought Coach Robert Moore, health coach, vegan, positive brother. Man's been drinking distilled water for years and is in great health. But you over here, oh, you can't drink distilled water. Says who, you? You say a lot of shit that makes no fucking sense. Just like how he talks about judo all the time. Like, there's 12 tribes, homie. It's 12 tribes. And you over here talking about Latinos, and you even try to put your fucking whack-ass Latino, whatever you want to call it, accent, when you can't even first learn how to speak English, motherfucker, before you even try to speak another language. Get English down pat. Hooked on Phonics, special edition. I hear there's a fucking sale. Go use your fucking your body butters and beard oil money to go purchase that shit. This man is a fucking fraud. And he's a fucking hateful motherfucker and a racist. And the sad part is that there were some people that because let me tell you something. Out of most people that came to that chat room, I made the most of it. I made the most. I'm a networking motherfucker. Always has been, always will be. Okay? I built a long line of happy clients and customers because of my networking skills and how far they go and how I develop those skills. So I made the most out of your platform. I got me a wife that I love, that is rocking with me, that made you think, she made you think that she was going to be rocking with you because she wanted to see where your fucking head was at. And lo and behold, you showed your true colors. Told my wife she got to apologize on Instagram and then do another apology in the chat room. Like we some fucking peasants or something, and like you're the fucking lord of the land. Fuck out of here. Got people apologizing on your platform for taking a fucking flu vaccine in 2020. What the fuck is wrong with y'all people, man? This man is a man. And he's not even a good man, because if he was a good man, he would support y'all. This dude is he reminds me of that dude that I was telling you about, Righteous Haters. Oh, man. Him and that dude got so much in common. He's just older, which makes it even worse, because when you get older, you're supposed to get wiser, not dumber. But yet this motherfucker's dumb. Everything that comes out his mouth, for the exceptions of when he's reading scriptures, because the scriptures is truth, even though he fucks it up a lot, but there's still a lot of power in the word, in those scriptures. But he still finds a way to twist it, to favor his beliefs. That's why you got to pay close attention to when he's talking, and he'll read a verse, and then he'll be like, oh, I agree with that. What do you mean you agree with that shit? Well, what if you didn't agree with it? The Most High don't give a fuck about what you agree with. The truth is the truth. But somewhere along the line, you started off good, but then you got on your fucking high horse. And I'm not the only one who sees this. A lot of people see your bullshit. This man's a con artist, people, and you got to stop giving him money. I was so happy that I got a notification from PayPal letting me know that my $67 annual subscription to 7 Stage was coming up 3 days before. Of course, I canceled that bitch because I was like, oh, thanks for reminding me. One less fucking money that I have to give this fucking piece of shit. And a lot of you don't realize that he's pimping y'all, man. He's talking about people coming here to pimp Judah. You're the only motherfucker pimping Judah. Ain't nobody else. Just you. See, I made the most out of that chat room, which doesn't say a lot because there wasn't much to make out of it. There's only a few people that I actually respected in that chat room because I knew the rest were derelicts. And shit, boy, did I see the fucking buffoonery when this motherfucker decided to talk about me, but didn't mention my name. And he's smart for doing that because he knows the ramifications of what's going to happen if he says my name. He's not dumb completely. And if he's wise, he's going to keep my name out of his mouth. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's a culmination of things that came about that made him start having this delusion of grandeur. But whatever it is, it's there. And people were telling me this shit last year. But see, I'm a type of person that we could play a game of wits. I know how to play chess and I know how to play checkers. And if you want to do certain things and say certain things subliminally, go right on ahead. See, what I was doing was I was exposing your bullshit without deliberately exposing it, just bringing out the truth. because you lie so much. The sad part, and it's real pathetic, I shouldn't even say it's sad, is that people that I thought in that chat room that were critical thinkers really disappointed me, because I was like, he's literally lying to you in front of your face, calling you stupid, and y'all still follow this man. Pathetic. Told y'all that I said I never thought I'd be dating a black woman from the South. When you go back to the fucking recording, nobody said that shit. But yet he wants you to think that I got a white man spirit. The only person that has the wickedness of the spirit of the so-called white man is him. Because he does everything that a Ku Klux Klan or a white supremacist would do. Exploit, lie, and exploit. And then guilt you into believing the lies. And make you think that you're doing something wrong to where you feel like you got to apologize. Then he said that I started an Instagram chat room with his name. It's like, dude, you're not that important. You're really not. And if you're going to bring up shit, bring up facts, motherfucker. Stop lying. The problem is that you got dumb motherfuckers that won't even research what you're saying to see if it's true. But I do. I do a lot of research. That's why when I had Robert Moore come on the show and talk about drinking distilled water, talked about how he built his business without investing a cent. He used platforms and free advertising to get the word out and started to build clientele. But you want to tell people, oh, you got to spend money to make money. Yes, that's true. To a certain degree, there are situations when it comes to business and entrepreneurial duties that you're going to have to invest in yourself. That goes without saying. But there are people that have invested in themselves without having to spend a lot of money or any money at all. And the brother's doing it. So once again, you're full of shit. And your body of work, you don't have. Stop saying you have over 700 films. Every time you say that shit, I just be like, oh man, this dude is fucking delusional. No, you have videos, not films. Okay? Films is what they do in Hollywood. You have short films, you have documentary films. You have a few of those when you first started that I really like. To present day, I still like them. I still will watch them from time to time. But this shit you're doing on Roku, what the fuck is that? Those are not films. Just tell people I got over 700 videos. Just be honest. Because when I first heard you say that, and I was like following you, I was like, well, where are all these films? I'm over here trying to look for 700 films. And I found 3 full feature type of film quality, considered to be films when it comes to documentary. But the other shit, video. So people, be aware of people like this and get as far as fucking way as possible. Because when you are following people like this, you do yourself a great disservice. Just like I did. I did myself a great disservice. You know, a friend of mine a couple of years ago told me, like, why are you listening to this dude? You know, and what I realized now is that a lot of the information that he presented was based on other people's information, and he just put it in his own words. So as I was gravitating to certain things that I knew were true, see, that's the whole thing. A lot of shit that he talks about, I already knew. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But once, you know, people's like, yo, this man's stealing your shit, you know, I like to reference people. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time, I like to reference people because I don't want to take the credit for something that I heard and try to make it my own. But this man does this shit all the fucking time. It's pathetic. But you see, just like people have delusions of grandeur like this man does, so do the people that follow him. They're delusional in his grandeur. They believe his bullshit because they don't have any dignity or self-respect to look from within themselves to have a relationship with the Most High. They think the only way they can have a relationship with the Most High is through this fucking idiot that can't even fucking speak a language correctly. And that fucking horrifically disgraces the book of basic instructions before leaving Earth. And then uses it for his own purposes. It's pathetic, man. And it's so unrighteous. It's so wicked to the core. But you see, most people in today's society, especially the fucking idiots that follow him, they need something like that. They need to follow somebody. They need somebody to tell them what to do. They need somebody to tell them when to wipe their ass and when to fucking eat their food. We're talking about grown adults here. I've never in my life been jealous of another man, envious. And that was another thing that pissed him off about the show me and my wife did. Because when I said, I know he took it personal, but I don't give a fuck. It wasn't about him. That's the whole thing. It's like, you got mad because a lot of shit that I've been talking about rubbed you the wrong way because you know you in question. You are fucking fraudulent. Just like many of the people that follow you. And there's people waking up. I don't think fast enough, but there's people waking up. They have been for years now. I didn't know this. I didn't know. See, I started checking some of the people that have been talking about you for years. I checked out the Hunter, and the Hunter was on point like a motherfucker. I felt like he was he fucking shared bunk beds with you. He knew you so fucking well on how you move and operate. Fuck out of here. Let me tell you something, people. If you think, okay, I'm gonna go off on different tangents here, but if you think that going to a fucking food pantry for 7 years and not having a job is struggle, then you're fucking delusional. Because you know what I heard when I heard that? 7 years. You couldn't get a job? Yeah, wifey working 2 jobs? My wife told me straight up. She said, if I'm working 6 days a week, if I have to work 6 days a week, you and I are not going to be together. And I agree with her. Because if you're so fucking successful and you're this fucking internet supposed sensation, but if you're this supposed success story, you know, coming from the streets of Missouri, then why do you have your significant other working 6 days a week? Tired as fuck. On top of that, I'm going to tell you how selfish this fuckface is. Because I'm going to tell you something. That show that he did on Monday, that shit really rubbed me the wrong way. And I think it rubbed me the wrong way. No, I know it rubbed me the wrong way because not anything he was saying was true. It was like the confidence that he had. Like he really tough. Like he really about that life. Because he went to a food pantry because he grew up in the projects. That don't make you tough. You don't even have no friends, bro. You don't even have no friends. But let me tell you how whack he is. Let me tell you how selfish he is. Okay, we're going to call him out today on this show. Because this motherfucker's a piece of work. How is it that your wife been podcasting for over a year and she's just now playing music? I'll just look at it from the perspective of like you got an issue with women, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Any decent, righteous man of the Most High that has the level of experience that you have in radio, okay? Let's not even talk about how you can't even drown out the fucking white noise in your broadcast, but that's a whole nother story. How is it that you can't have your significant other that's rocking with you to the wheels fall off and have her show up to par? Have that shit popping. Nice ass intro, some fucking music to play, some outro. You know what I'm saying? Some themes. Nah, you just said, here, take your phone and do that. Like, I don't understand how people can't see this shit, but I guess some people, when they're fucking lost in the sauce, that's what happens. Can't even get your significant other to have a show that is of the same quality as yours. Why? Ain't nobody trying to be like you, too. That's another thing. He said, "Oh, nobody's trying to be like you. Nobody want to be in this fucking podcasting radio world for fucking 15 years and don't have a pot to piss in it." With the amount of time that you've been spending on this shit, you should have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, if not at least 1 million. You should be popping, and your significant other shouldn't be working 6 days a fucking week. But the proof is in the pudding. And just to prove the proof is in the pudding, if y'all go back to the show that I did 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did a show called The Proof is in the Pudding. All right? Matter of fact, let me look it up. When did I do Proof is in the Pudding? Okay, episode 35 of season 4. And that was on July 2nd. Well, if you go to the dick writer that he mentioned that I was supposedly disrespecting on my show, that he threw into the mix, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The dude on Instagram. I've heard some people call him Slimeball. So let's just call him Slimeball for now. But this motherfucker did a show or a 2-minute or 1 minute segment, because that's how his shows flow. They're like 1 to 3 minutes, called Proof is in the Pudding. I was like, oh, man. Give me a fucking break, man. Get your own shit. You know, if you talk about Judah needs to teach Judah, who the fuck was trying to teach Judah at the Network of Awareness? Damn sure it wasn't me. Network of Awareness is for critical thinkers, you dumb fuck. I guess you're not listening too well. This platform is for every and anybody. Why? Because number one, I don't get caught up in social constructs. I don't get caught up in you're black and you're white and you're Puerto Rican and you're Judah and you're from the tribe of Ham. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience, and we're here for a reason. And Satan, the devil, has been putting tricks on us for millenniums. And until people wake up and realize the truth, shit's never going to change. It's going to be the same old shit. But those of us that know the truth, we can lead by example. That's all we can do. And that's what I do on this platform. I bring awareness. I'm letting you know what to be aware of now, what to be aware of for tomorrow, and what to remember to be aware of yesterday. And I'm going to start doing my interviews again. I'm getting back on my interview game because that's how I originally started my platform, interviewing people from around the world. And that's another thing. The reason why I didn't get this man's coaching services is because Why am I going to pay you to get some fucking whack-ass coaching when I can contact somebody like Robert Riopel that's like upper echelons of coaching that I have a direct contact to? Why would I fucking deal with your stupid ass? But this is the shit that he just lies and lies and lies, and people just run with it. And I know why a lot of people run with it, because they're liars themselves. They lie too. A lot of them ain't about shit. There was just a few people in that platform that go there consistently that disappointed me, that I was like, wow, really? I thought y'all were better than that. I thought y'all was smarter than that. But they wasn't. They just believed whatever came out this fucking stupid fuck's mouth, and they ran with it. Put it like this. He's so fraudulent. Let me tell you how fraudulent this fuck. Oh man, it's pathetic, man. I can't believe y'all. But I'm gonna expose him, because he's been getting exposed by many other people. There's other people that have been exposing him. And I found out that one of those pictures was fraudulent, but the other one wasn't. And that's why it was taken down. The one that's still up, that's not him. But the other one was. But you see, he took it down. He was smart. He had that shit taken down. He approached that shit legally quick. But the reality is this, is that when you are fraudulent like he is, it's only but so far you're going to go with the shit. And that's why his fucking t-shirts and whatever, which I threw out, I purchased one of them was peeling quick, like after 2 washes. The other one got stained. I just threw it out. I wouldn't even use that t-shirt to wash my dog with. But what's interesting is that these people in the chat room, man, some of them they just don't get it. And they're fucking adults. But there was somebody who sent him free products. And then all of a sudden, he's getting into the same industry as this person. And the sad part about it all is that the person in this chat room that was popping, like they just started making headway with their products. Like they just started getting to the point where it was starting to become something that is promising, to where the money's coming in now. You got people wanting to purchase your product. Then all of a sudden, this motherfucker comes in with the similar type of products and completely probably took away at least 60% of what could have been your market share, what could have been your clientele. Took it right under you. And your dumbass didn't say shit. Probably still sending him free products. Hasn't purchased a damn thing from you. You gotta peep game, man. Then the whole thing about, I can't bring people onto my album because they're setting it up like I have to have a label. And if I get a label, I gotta bring artists. Fuck out of here. Fucking lies. Nah, he just don't want to pay out royalties. That's all. That's why you gotta sign affidavits just to post something on his fucking Roku channel, to make sure that you're not getting paid. He's pimping y'all. He's pimping the people on that platform that believe his bullshit. And I was one of them, ain't gonna lie. Not that I believed all his bullshit, but I was very supportive. I'm very supportive of people that want to do entrepreneurial things that can help us elevate. But a lot of his shit is so repetitive, man. There's like times when people were like, damn, I just want him to play the music already and just have him shut the fuck up, because he's like a broken record saying the same shit day in and day out. He can't do what I do. He can't. I know he can't. He can't do a different show on different topics every day. He's not capable of that, because he's too fucking lazy. If he got off his ass and did some research and actually, looked at things and analyze things and study them, then yeah, he would be able to talk about different things. No, but what he does is he listens to platforms like mine. He listens to people on Instagram. He listens to other podcasters, other YouTubers, takes that information, then creates a script off the top of his head and just starts talking. And if he ain't doing that, he's chopping up the scriptures trying to demonize somebody or belittle somebody or make it seem like something bad is going to happen to them because they're not rocking with him. Isn't it interesting, people? And I think I heard the brother Hunter say this too. Why every time somebody don't agree with his bullshit, which I didn't, you see, but I never disrespected him. If you listen to that show fired him up because a lot of the shit that my wife was saying was digging into his fucking feeble mind. She was using words like cocky and delusional, and that some people need to get off their fucking high horse. And that shit rubbed him the wrong way, man. If you listen to that show that he did on that Friday, oh my Lordy, he's like, you just can hear the hate and the jealousy, just pure jealousy. Like, bro, nobody's trying to be like you. So what you so mad about? Nobody's trying to be like you. What, you the only person who can have a Roku channel? Fuck out of here, man. You the only person that can do a podcast? No, but when people kiss your ass, they cool. But when people question you, especially question you on shit that you can't even fucking answer because you don't even have an inkling of how to answer a fucking question because you have no fucking information or education to answer it. But something that was said was that anytime you call him out, question him, or don't agree with something that he does or says, now all of a sudden you're a fucking agent. He's got this little derelict. This dude's got to be like in his 20s. I know he jerks off to hentai, which is Japanese animation. He calls himself Nightwing. Another fucking buffoon. Jerking off to Japanese animation. And don't care. Like, let people know in the chat room too. Like, bro, TMI, keep that shit to yourself, homie. I don't want to know about your late nights, watching Japanese animation porn. I don't want to know about all that shit. But these are the type of people he got following him. And then they start creating narratives because that's what he's good at. He's good at creating a false narrative to make you believe in it. Just like how he said, I have a white man's spirit because I said I never thought I'd date a woman. Or he said I said that I never thought I'd date a woman from the South, which that's what I did say. But he added black woman. You see, and that's the crazy part is because I grew up in the fucking Bronx. I've been around and dated plenty of black women because that's what was around me. It was Puerto Rican, Dominican, and black women. And occasional white people here and there, but not many growing up in New York City. And then he tried to say that I had a white man's spirit. Get the fuck out of here. You got a white man's spirit, you fuck. Your spirit is so wicked to the core that everything you've had and everything you've gained is all that you will gain. You're not going to gain much more. Because I'm not the only one who sees this. There's people that see this shit. And that's why you got people dropping off your platform. Like, if you would have been more respectable about this, I wouldn't even have said all this shit. But I had to call you out because you think you're tough for some reason. Why? Because you're 6'4"? And you weigh over 220 pounds? That makes you tough? Because you practice MMA? Fuck out of here, nigga. You not tough. Ain't nothing tough about you. Nobody's scared of you. And then listen, people, he knows where the fuck I live. I'm 20 minutes away from this fuckface. He can come check me whenever he wants. And he will get the business, and it will be final. Ain't no bitch over here. You just got a lot of fucking typing tough guys. And you got the other fuckface that follows you that was throwing fucking trying to slander my name, who I fucking helped, who I had come on my show. Let's not talk about the private conversation I had with him when we first talked to each other on Instagram, and he started crying. Started crying. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for crying. It's just that I get emotional. And when I was listening to your show, there was these voices in my head that was telling me I couldn't do something, and then I heard your show and I knew I could, and I can." Fraudulent motherfuckers. See, but I don't want to call out any names because I'm better than that. I don't need to do all that shit. Y'all know who you are. So I've had conversations. You know who you are that I gave that microphone that you're now podcasting on. Gave you that microphone for fucking free because I believed in you and I wanted to see you succeed, and I knew that you didn't have it like that. And I don't even regret that shit. You can have that fucking microphone. What you're not going to have is the type of friendship that could have developed because you like to fucking venerate man. So keep venerating that man and see how far it gets you. I don't venerate man. And that's why I'm so grateful that I got to utilize the platform for what it is, and that's it. I probably made the most out of that platform than most people. And what I mean by that is that I did business with people in that platform. I helped people in that platform for free. Let's not forget that, for free. And I also got to get a meaningful relationship with a woman from that platform. So I made out like a fat rat, motherfucker. And now the several $100s that you was getting from me a year, you're not going to get no more. You can find it from somebody else. People, when you see things like David Koresh and Jim Jones and who's this Pastor Dow, I mean, there's all these different people that they get people to respect and like and admire them. And then they take that and their ego runs away with it. And their spirit is left dormant. And that's exactly what you're seeing with this fucking fool. You're seeing somebody that is very egoically driven. And all he gives a fuck about is the bottom line of how he's going to get money into his pockets. And he's using Yah as the tools to fuel his pockets. He's using Yah as a way to go off into different ventures. Oh, I never thought I was going to be in cosmetology. I never thought I'd be doing this. Oh, if you never thought it, then why the fuck are you doing it? Oh, I know why. Because you saw a sister that was popping and making moves, and you was like, oh, I could do that too. And then you did. Because you're a con man. And come to find out, see, I didn't care to study this man's history. But I knew that something that struck me as odd is that he has no friends. And every time he says, oh, I'm going to travel, like nobody's going to want to do business with you in Africa, stupid motherfucker. Nobody going to want to do business with you. Who the fuck in Africa going to want to do business with your ass? The way you talk about fucking Africans. Shit. And then on top of that, you going to do business in Orlando? You know how many fucking Puerto Ricans are in Orlando, homie? And you want to go do business out there? Good luck. Good luck with that. Because if it's up to me, I'll let all the Puerto Ricans know in Orlando to not fuck with you. Because you ain't about shit. You a hating ass motherfucker. called me a pretty whenever, it's talking to a friend of mine who's a life coach. He said, whenever another man has to resort to insulting your looks, it's like he has nothing to stand on. He don't have no substance to say something that is true about you. So he has to result to the lowest level and then call you a pretty motherfucker. So I'm a pretty motherfucker. Thank you. But the fact that you even called me a pretty motherfucker, it's like, why are you looking at me like that? Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, who says that shit? You did. But it goes over a lot of people's heads. Some people, it didn't. I'm going to tell you something. Those 6 days or 7, whatever days that he was shitting on my name, shitting on my platform, everything I do, the music, all that. And we all know that his music is not all that. He got some beats that are decent. That song, Faith Ready, I like it. But most of his music is garbage, people. Let's just call it what it is. Now that the cat's out the bag, his music is fucking trash. And him and I would have never done a song together. I know we wouldn't, because lyrically, I'm fucking light years ahead of this dude. He couldn't fucking light a fucking candle to my lyrics. Maybe to the beats, because the beats I'm still learning. I'm still learning production. I'm far behind in production just because of everything I got going on, but I will get there. But it's okay, because I got people that still fuck with me, like brother Oxakai, who you can't even fucking say his name right, and he said his name in the fucking beginning of the song, and you still fucked it up. Dumb. Listen, people, I'm grateful that I don't have to I won't listen to another word this man says. I don't go into his fucking chat room like he thinks I'm doing. I don't got time for that. I already know. I called it on the second to last show I did. I said, watch what he's going to do. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to do, because I've been following the mother. See, that shit about him following me for 9 years is bullshit. He's been following me way longer than that, since 2020. And he even made comments about how good my show was. And I know it's good because you're taking my shit to use it for yourself. But on top of that, it's like, this shit is insane, but it's so true. It's like, I got my show here, and I was sending you music, and I remember you said iron sharpens iron when we did this. Take One did the song with me called Power of Music. You said iron sharpens iron. And then you had another silly motherfucker in your chat room that got all in his feelings. You already know who he is. Hating ass motherfucker. And which I already knew he was a hating ass motherfucker. Putting little emojis on SoundCloud with the song that me and Take and Oxakai did. But hey, it is what it is. I know fraudulent motherfuckers when I see them. I could just tell. And most of the time, the way you could tell if you're dealing with some hating ass people is when you've done nothing wrong to them. You've been nothing but respectful to them, nothing but kind, and they still try to shit on you. These are the types of people that are in the world today. A lot of people in that platform are 2 fucking thirds to the highest degree. And that's why on my show, I talked about how a lot of these people think they're the 1/3 of the Most High's people, the ones that really get it, the ones that really truly have a spiritual connection. They're not. They're so fucking far from it. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that they can't even be honest with themselves with a lot of things. And that's why they believe a lot of the shit that comes out this man's mouth, because he's fraudulent. So birds of a feather flock together. And that's why every time I listen to the show, I took what made sense and I disregarded the rest. And I focused my attention to networking. networking with people, helping people get certain projects off the ground, doing music. And that's another thing, people. You know, when it comes to Take One's music, I'm not playing it no more, not because I chose to not to play it. He asked me not to play it because he fears this man. And whatever this man says, like whatever he said to him, he did it purposely to take that young man's opportunity away from him. But he's not going to realize that now. He's going to realize that later. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everybody I dealt with, including him, I didn't do no wrong to them. And when it came to him, I helped him put money in his pockets with the gifts that the Most High gave him. That man is not going to ever do that. He's just going to collect money from him. You want your song to be played? Send me $85. That's what that relationship is going to be like, and that's what's going to stay like. He ain't ever going to put no money in that young man's pocket and help him to build something of his own. Never. Because that's not how he operates. Because it's all about him. So that's the reason why we don't have the Righteous Rap Academy no more. That's the reason why we don't have his music playing on this platform no more. And I'm okay with that. It's like, hey, bro, that's what you want to do? Go right on ahead. But we're in a time right now, and you hear me talk about this, where all the lies are coming to the surface. And all the bullshit is being exposed. And the funny part was, I wasn't even going to do that show with my wife that we did, called Debunking the Bullshit. But when she agreed to do it with me, I was like, let's do it. And whatever was said on that show rubbed this motherfucker the wrong way. Not including the fact that I unsubscribed to his fucking whack ass channel. But this is what it is. Delusions of grandeur. Stop looking and this is for everybody, including myself. If you ever find yourself looking at yourself in a way that is very like out there, where it's like way more than what you're actually giving, you need to reevaluate yourself, because a lot of you out here think you're kings and queens and you're not operating like fucking royalty. You're not operating even like a fucking righteous person would operate. So be very careful about giving yourself titles, because that's something that I'm not going to do no more. I'm not going to be giving myself any titles. Because at the end of the day, I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience just like you. And the only thing we can do is get a better understanding of what the fuck that means, what it truly means, opposed to what we've been told. And the only way we're going to figure that out, and I'm going to say it over and over again, is by having a personal relationship intimately with the Most High. Just you and the Most High. You don't need another fucking man to get closer to the Most High. But some of you people believe this shit. And some of you are taking scriptures way too literal and then trying to act like you have a special bus pass that you could just board the bus pass and take your ass to the kingdom whenever you want. Stop it. I laugh when I hear some of these motherfuckers talking about, oh, I went to the kingdom today and I was talking to Yahweh, and yeah, he was telling me that I got to lose some weight and everything, and then I came back. Fuck out of here. The fuckery in all this shit is fucking amazing. It really is. It's amazing. But it doesn't surprise me, because these are the times we live in, where all of the lies are coming to the surface. Lies are being exposed. That's what I do here at the Network of Awareness. Read my bio. I expose the lies to better understand the truth. And for the people like the fucking dick rider that he has, that he's going to be doing spoken word with. Who said that you have to read scriptures in order to be a messenger? Show me where it says that. Show me. I'd love to know. Because I don't know where it says that you have to read scriptures in order to be a messenger from the Most High. But that further proves that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because you've been dick riding another man for so fucking long that you believe that the way he operates is the only way to operate and the only way you can be a messenger. And I'm going to tell you something. He ain't no fucking messenger. Because the Most High is not about messengers of hate. So his delusion of grandeur is about as grand as it possibly can get right now. And it's going to be his downfall. Because he's a very prideful motherfucker. You could tell he's one of those people that don't like nobody telling him shit because he thinks he knows everything. And he's lazy to the core. Lazy motherfucker. But it's all good. I give it till fucking December. I guarantee you that platform is not going to be nowhere near where it's currently at. It is dropping significantly. And one of the main reasons it dropped is because the woman that he shitted on, that he should have just let it be, let whatever his significant other said about her, leave it there. But nah, he wanted to keep, because he was missing her. He was missing her. He even said, if you apologize, you could come back. But you got to apologize on Instagram and on Spreaker and any other platforms. Fuck out of here. You ain't no fucking man of the Most High. Like, who says that type of shit? But ever since that incident, shit's been dropping. Rightfully so. Because when you're a whack motherfucker and you're lying and you're making yourself out to be something that you're not with your delusions of grandeur, it's going to catch up to you, bro. It's going to catch up to you. And I'm going to enjoy every fucking minute of it as it does. Because one thing that I used to be real happy-go-lucky until I got set up to get killed back in New York City. And let me tell you something, like ever since that day, I just, like, when I know somebody's a piece of shit and it's pretty much has been proven to be true, it's like, that's what you are to me, man. You're just a piece of shit. You shitty. So, delusions of grandeur, people. You see, and I wrote this in the description box. I'm going to read it to you. The root of people's suffering is not physical, but mental. People now more than ever suffer from delusions of grandeur and think that they're better off when in reality, all aspects about them have been deteriorating for years on end without any relief coming through as a result. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? If it doesn't, it will. Give it time. It will. I feel sorry for a lot of you people that rock with this con man, because the same thing he did to me and to others, he's going to do it to you. It's only a matter of time. Disagree with something. Put him on blast in that chat room. Or do what I did. Just have your own fucking platform, do your own fucking thing, and do it well, and he going to hate on you too. He was like, "Oh, my people, your platform wouldn't be shit without my people on it." Really? Because my downloads are still coming through like they've been coming through from over 50 countries, you stupid fuck. And over 47 states now? No, we're at 47 states that are listening diligently. What the fuck you talking about? Let your people, anybody that came from your platform to my platform, came willingly. Nobody twisted their fucking arm. Nobody said, oh, please come here. Come listen. No, they listened and they got something from it. And they kept coming back for more. And those that don't want to come back no more, good fucking riddance. This platform was never meant for you in the first place. I don't give two fucks. What this did, on the positive note, you know what this did for me? I've been thinking for a while. I've been thinking for like the past couple of years. Let me get rid of my Facebook page and start a whole new page specifically for the network of awareness. After this incident happened, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel my Facebook page. And then I'm just going to get all the people that are, that are real, the ones that are genuine. I'm going to invite them back. And all the rest of these people, I'm going to forget about them. I'm going to forget about them like a fucking bad habit. And I'm going to remember this incident and know how to move forward from here, because I'm new to social media, people. I stayed away from social media for so long. That Facebook page I had, that shit is so old and didn't get updated until I started podcasting, because I integrated the podcast on Facebook because that's how it's set up. You can have your podcast on Facebook integrated. And that's what I did. I'm going to do it again with my new page, right? Which I'll be sending out to a few people. And then, the page will grow just like the Instagram page is growing. There's a lot of people following me. Ever since that incident, when he started talking shit about me, a lot of people started checking me out, because there's a lot of people that don't like this fuckface. They just don't like him because they know what he's about. He's all about himself, and he's all about gaming and stealing and lying. And he's been doing it for a long time. And I just happened to wake up. See, I knew a lot of this shit, but it was like I followed the platform, so I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a fuck that he can't even say the word tsunami. I didn't give a fuck that he's still operating like a camp reject, like a Hebrew camp reject, still operating like that. He's still got a camp mentality. He hasn't left that shit. But that's him. Like, I come to the platform. I like building with some people. But as you noticed, some of you have noticed, but not all of you, because a lot of you don't go to that platform. But when I was going to that platform, I started digressing from it because I knew I had to. Because there's nothing that he can offer me. I've outgrown him. I've outgrown this man. It's like, how many times do I have to hear the same shit over and over again? It's like, what am I going to fucking gain from taking time out of my fucking important day that the Most High gave me to live to go follow your bullshit? Make no fucking sense. So, people, I'm not going nowhere. I took a break. I'm back. I'm well rested. I'm still with my wife. She ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. We're here to stay. We give all our praise to the Most High all day, every day. That's not changing. We're just not fucking with a whack-ass dude anymore. And we're not giving him any of our hard-earned money into his pockets anymore. And I say good. And if I was Yah, whoever's still rocking with this fucking stained face, marshmallow fuckface, you're going to learn the hard way. If you haven't learned already, you're going to learn the hard way. And that's why I'm so grateful that I have this network, because this network was created without him. And it will continue to persist and thrive without him. Because I'll tell you something, my Roku channel, he wouldn't have subscribed to that shit. He wouldn't have subscribed to none of it. He would have probably if I would have gave like a 3 or 7 day free trial, his ass would have got on the 7 day free trial and canceled it on day 6. Looked at everything I got on there, and then subliminally criticize it on his show. That's what the fuck he would have did. Because he's a fucking asshole that is too lazy to come up with his own shit. So he spends half his time demonizing people or trying to belittle people with lies through scriptures. And then the other half uses other people's information to come up with content or to come up with shit to talk about. And then has people ask him questions that he can't even fucking answer. People, I did this show because it needed to be done. We're moving on from this, but it had to be done because I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the Bronx in me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I wasn't just going to stay quiet and allow him to run his lies. I had to expose his lies so that you could better understand the truth. And I know some people are going to listen to this show and be like, oh, he's fucking hating, blah, blah. They're going to talk a bunch of shit that I'm a fucking, I'm an agent, I'm this, I'm that. Ain't nobody no fucking agents. It's just a lot of fucking dudes and females that know you ain't about shit. And they're just calling you out on your bullshit as they should, as they have every right to do. Like I'm doing right now. And there ain't shit you could do about it. Not a damn thing. But you see, the difference between you and I is that I speak facts. I speak facts. And we have receipts on your dumb ass. We got receipts on a couple people, to be honest with you. Because your little protege on Instagram, he's suspect too. Because we know about his activity when it comes to the young females. He's supposed to be a married man over here, you know what I'm saying, doing funny shit on Instagram. But you see, the truth is going to come. Like, listen, it is what it is. And the truth is always going to be absolute. And it is what it is. And for those of you that used to come onto my show or come into my chat room and decided not to, okay, like, whoop-de-fucking do. Download the show. Don't even come to my chat room. If you want to listen. If you don't, it's okay because we're going to keep it pushing. Most of the people that listen to my show don't even know who this fucking dude is. But some of you do. And that's why I did the show, because I also did the show for you listeners all around the world to understand that if you're dealing with somebody like this, get as far away from them as possible. Because their delusion is going to get you into trouble if you don't go along with their delusion. If you don't go along with a woman or man's delusion that you're dealing with right now, they're going to find a way to shit on you. They're already thinking about it. Just like this fuckface was thinking about it for quite some time. And even his significant other admitted that they listened to my show and use shit from my show to inspire them to talk about stuff for their show. They done fucking revealed themselves several times. And we've been listening. The ones that got critical thoughts in their brain. Real fucking adults. They got their own life, their own minds, have done shit, have been successful. You ain't no fucking activist. Have you ever put a community event together to bring people together for one common cause? I have. Have you? Nope. Matter of fact, I heard when you was trying to do that, nobody was really trying to fuck with you because they didn't like you. Because you're an asshole. So people, it is what it is. I'm not going to say any more. Enough has been said. All right. We're going to have another show tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. Probably tomorrow's going to be a pre-record, people, because I told you I'm doing more pre-records than lives now, just because of the Roku channel. And I'm going to be doing more in-depth shows on there. And the subscription is going to be very affordable. It's not going to be like other people's subscriptions where you're not even getting your fucking money's worth for what you're paying for. I'm a strong believer in what Bob Proctor teaches, and that's always give more than what the client is paying for. I learned that a long time ago in business, and it works. It's how you do good business. You give more than what you're getting paid for, and it'll all work itself out. So, brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for listening to the show. I want to thank you for downloading the show. And we're going to keep sticking it, baby. You know, we stick it to the man. And we stick it to these motherfuckers who think that they so special. These delusion of grandeur people. Get far away from them because they ain't about shit. They're fraudulent to the motherfucking core. And they ain't about shit. And that's just a fact. And if you want to be these people, like, listen, I'm going to tell you something before I go. Just because somebody reads scriptures don't mean they're spiritual. Just because somebody tells you that they love the Most High and that they're righteous don't mean that they spiritual. It's a lot of con artists out here trying to con people into buying their bullshit. But I'm here to tell you that at the Network of Awareness, we're not trying to sell you shit. We're trying to help you understand that there are things that you need to be aware of, and it's your choice to choose to be aware of them or not. I'm just a messenger here to bring a message of truth, and all praise to the Most High. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, don't look for the light at the end of the tunnel, because the light is and always will be within you. So light up that tunnel and find your way through the darkness. And every day, get closer to what mankind has led astray. Get closer to the Most High. So, brothers and sisters, I want to say peace, love, and light, and barakatah. And let's play this song from an artist that I had on the show several months back by the name of The Free. And let's listen to The Free end the show with Stick It to the Man. Here we go.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Get up out my way, I'm coming through with the squad. I could never lose cause I'm moving with God. Fight the power, Mr. Man, wanna ruin us all. But there's too many of us and we all true to the cause. Che Guevara in my starter, rage against the machine. Fight the power, take tomorrow back and wipe the slate clean. We ain't gon' cower to these cowards, we gon' stand for what's right. Get hype in this mud while we spreading the light. Where my soldiers at? Get it going, we gon' show them we ain't cheap. Yo, it's over, overthrow they ass. Let them know you mad, bring it to them right where they stay. Don't trip, take the chip, love wins at the end of the day. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, stick it to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Fat cats eating while the rest of us starve. We can't have that, fed up, get ready for war. Can't have fast revolution doing the most. We won't go quiet, don't listen to us, you're told. We done playing with you, it ain't a game, yo, we making history. Read baby, fuck the fame, I wanna change the system. Break your prison, got the key for the lock. Won't stop till we free and my people on top. On God, homie, is you really with us, so what? You bout, make a decision, get busy living, so out for the real things. You all what what you do. Who are you? I'm definitely in a kangaroo. Stick it to the man, stick it to the man. You's gon' rise up, stick it to the man. You's gon' rise up, stick it to the man. You's gon' rise up, stick it to the man. Run up in the Senate, niggas, ice. Think you getting over on us, but you not. The system has been rigged, the government's been bought. The house don't represent us, it represents the ops. Stand was standing by, take the man right out. God damn it, we ain't having what you handing out. We want clean air, clean food, water. A future for our kids, bitch, this a new order. Tear down the wall, love is for all. Death to the man in the system we call. Freedom ain't free if you can't breathe. Real people stay woke, we ain't gon' sleep. Get it crackin', packin' activism. A full clip, show them crackers we ain't having all that bullshit. The aristocracy is gonna share starting now. Stick it to the man, pull the trigger. Wow, stick it to the man. 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 Stick it to the motherfucking man.